two more long runs. We'll see how it goes. I'm tired. Getting over this sickness. What's been going on? We're sick, homie. Got back from Mexico. And we just got a bit of a cold right after. But it's alright. We got 2 weeks. 2 weeks out, we'll get a hard training week this weekend and next week. Then we'll cool down. A little break right before the race. 5 to 6 miles. 5 to 6 miles. Majority of zone 2 run. And then I think it's 7 minutes at zone 4. So it'll be good. It'll be a nice little run out. Right about.
Why I feel this way? Yeah, when I love you both night and day. Yes, I believe you know. Oh yeah, you're doing me wrong.
One of the things I do love and about him is that, and I want to tell you this so that, you know, if you want to put it in there anywhere, like he didn't really start growing. He was always the smallest kind of one in his class, and he didn't start growing till like high school or college. But I've got this one picture and I dearly love it because he looked like a little runt, but he was always just like, his tenacity was just so, and he didn't care. He wanted to play. It was like, I'm gonna play, I don't care what size I am. And those are things I really learned a lot from Josh.
So whenever I turned 25, I kind of felt tired of doing the original, go out for your birthday and party and everything. I wanted to change my life a little bit and have more of a different pivot. And so I decided to run 25 miles for my birthday and have continued that trend. And so this year when I turned 26, I ran 26 miles. And so then my roommate knew that I wanted to do a full Ironman before I ever ran a full marathon. And he's like, hey man, like, in January you're turning 27, you're like, if you want to hit your goal, you need to do it this year. And so that's why we've chosen now to do the full Ironman before we do a full marathon.
We got a long run. We've got 13 minutes in zone 2, and then we've got 7 in zone 3, and then we're gonna finish out another 13, so about 50 minutes.
Next week we had the 70.3 in Chattanooga. It was more or less for training, but now I've gotten kind of competitive with it and I want to hit a good time. My goal time is 5 hours and 30 minutes. I think I've had about 2 or 3 months of training for first time ever endurance, and I think that's a pretty good time to hit for your first ever triathlon, considering it's a half, and hopefully hit 5:30. And then in the fall, we'll do the 140.6, and that will be a full Ironman before ever doing a full marathon.
Do you know where we turned? Because I kind of forgot. had a really good experience in terms of friendships and people that I met, but soccer did not have a great experience, so I have mixed feelings about this place. It's definitely nostalgic kind of being back, but yeah.
Growing up, I played t-ball, baseball, basketball, soccer. At one point, I played golf for a little bit, swam in middle school. And then whenever I hit 12, my parents kind of came to me and they're like, hey, like, which sport do you like the most and which one do you want to play like the most? Which one's your favorite? Which one do you want to hone in on? Just because when you're playing multiple sports competitively, they overlap a lot, and that's hard. And so I ended up choosing soccer, fell in love with soccer, played for competitive soccer throughout high school, and ended up going to college and playing soccer there, and still play today. I love soccer. Soccer's given me everything.
Oh my God. This is it.
I went to this ID camp at Carson Newman. I knew the coach, got along with the coach. Things went really well, and I loved learning about their cultures and hearing them speak, and they all got along, and they were all laughing and bantering together and having a good time. And honestly, as soon as I went there for my first tryout, I fell in love with it, and in my heart and deep down, it was where I knew that I wanted to go my first few years of college.
Seats are getting worn. Oh, they stopped putting the covers on the seats. Bro.
This was my seat for 3 years.
He wasn't getting the playing time that we had hoped for, and so we did start, thinking maybe it's time to move on and to make a transition here. So that was a very, very tough time for Joshua. It was a tough time for both of us because we had our friends, and it was a time of saying, are we going to stay comfortable or are we going to step out?
Being an athlete in college is difficult. It can be, you have super high highs, but then you can also have really low lows. Fortunately, I never got injured, but some of the boys, they tear their ACL, and it's maybe their freshman or sophomore year, and so those highs and lows, they get bigger. For me, I came in my freshman year. I didn't really expect to play any, and I was going to train and get better and grow into the program. It was something I saw long term at Carson Newman, and something I really wanted to be there and play and compete. And I didn't have the best collegiate career there, but I felt I tried my hardest. I was training every day. I was training extra with the assistant coach. But being a college athlete's hard. It becomes your job, really. I think the most fun I had with soccer was probably in high school. You could just go out there and you could goof around, and me and Gabe, we'd mess around the entire game and you'd still win, maybe score a couple of goals and have a good time. But in college, you have to perform. And if you don't perform, you're not going to play. So there's a lot more stress added to it. You're physically putting your body through a lot of demand, and so you have to be disciplined, you have to recover, you have to fuel correctly. You put a lot of work into it, but in the end, it's fulfilling.
I am very grateful for that time in Joshua's life. I feel like that he learned more than just soccer there. And I think, that's in life itself. You learn, it's a journey, it's an adventure. And that was one of the things that I've always tried to tell Joshua. Life is an adventure.
biggest thing that got to me with my confidence is I would make a mistake and I knew how important that mistake was because I was already not playing. And so that single mistake then turned into another mistake because I was reflecting and my thoughts were only on the mistake that just happened. So of course, if you're just thinking about mistakes, you're going to continue to make mistakes, right? And his idea and his philosophy was, hey, you know, pick a point, something that's there, something that's still, look at it for a second, and then that's your reminder, hey, I'm present, whatever happens in the past, and I'm here now. And it was helpful, and it's something that even through coaching today, you know, I still have a life coach and multiple coaches throughout my life, and you know, that's something that they say is like, you know, be present. You can't put your energy in the past. There's no sense of it. You can't change the past. The only thing you can change is where you are and what you're doing now. And I think that's huge and something that isn't easy to learn or just take in and immediately, you know, put it into effect and implement in your life. Like, it takes time. So I'm nervous for two things in this race. One is drowning in the Tennessee River. And then two is riding my bike. I have yet to swim in open water, and we are 1 week out now from the race. I still haven't put on a wetsuit. I feel prepared, but open water is a different game. Wearing a wetsuit's different. You know, there's more stress on your shoulders. You are maybe a little bit more buoyant and floating, so that's nice.
I haven't swum in like 4 weeks. These hurt. These make the ball in my feet cramp.
The swim's gonna be interesting. I already am not a fan of like just being in the open water and not being able to see like what's below me. It's kind of hard to just maintain one spot and stay completely straight and not zigzag around. But then two, even like grabbing a water bottle or, you know, getting your gel or something of that nature. I am nervous for it. I don't want to crash. I think that would not be great. But I mean, if it happens, we'll hopefully keep going, but we'll see.
No. Should I? I mean, I was just gonna leave the visor on the entire time. Yeah. It just scoots back. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It's not going super fast.
Okay, that makes sense. Cool. Yeah, no, I feel good. I agree. I think I'm pretty much ready. So at this point, we'll just go for it, see what happens, and hope for the best. Fingers crossed. I actually don't think my mom's gonna make it.
our animals got really sick the past couple of days. So yeah, so I don't think she's gonna make it. But yeah, Bill's here, and then my dad's in town.
And it just kind of all came around full circle because when Joshua was 2 years old, he had taken swim lessons. And so he was so, I mean, you know, the instructors was like, he is so good for, you know, he does this butterfly stroke that most children his age don't do. So it was like, it was in the running, you know, that he got with other sports. And so it just was like coming full circle, and it was like, okay, this is good.
A little stressed at the moment. I've still got some things I need to do. The swim being canceled was a bit of a bummer, but can't really control everything, so kind of just keep going with it. I definitely had my few hours of unhappiness, just kind of in a hole about that, but it is what it is. So I'm pretty freaking pumped, actually. I'm actually really pumped for this race. I'm curious to see how I do, really. I'm not really sure how things are gonna go. So I'm excited, but I'm also nervous. So yeah.
What are you most nervous about?
What am I most nervous about? Right now I'm most nervous about where I should put this sticker on my helmet. Helmet sticker. I think it's mainly just the time. So I think there's just a lot unknown. I'm not sure how I'm going to do against all the other athletes. And I don't want to go into it and get super excited and go in too fast and then like just completely waste all my energy right at the beginning. So I need to be controlled and focused and just ready. Well, you do the best you can, dang it. A little wrinkly. Oh well. 24:32, baby.
Now, like you're not doing the swimming anymore, so what's your new goal?
I think a 30-minute was possible. But now we just take the swim out, so new goal is sub 5. We'll see. We'll see. There's a lot. I have no idea how it's gonna go. I really don't. Zoomies. The whole time I'll be like this. And then just look up.
Joshua was so sweet to me during this time, even though he was the one competing, and both of our animals had got sick, very, very sick, to the place that I could not leave them. And so he helped me download the Ironman app. And he was very patient with me, you know, getting all of that done, because I am not the most techiest person. But he helped me to get that done. So from start time to the very end, I watched him the whole way. So it was kind of like I got to be there, even though I wasn't there. And I was so grateful because he had friends that showed up. His dad was with him.